10:02, and I will go ahead and call the meeting to order. I see that Commissioner Wilkins and Commissioner Shannon are in the room in the Gronquist. I am here in the courthouse, so we have a quorum. Rather than do the flag salute, which I think is a little wonky, let's skip that if that's okay with everybody. Additions and revisions to the agenda. I did have one that I wanted to add, which is an intergovernmental agreement number 14817, expunction of juvenile records with the Oregon Youth Authority. This was just a last minute thing the state needs from us. It should be pretty straightforward. And was there anything else you guys wanted to add?
I don't think so.
Yeah, we need to add that we'll, don't you think we need to add that we need to get on the agenda for the next meeting?
Well, we can talk about that.
Right.
Okay, so that's it for formal business, I assume?
Yes.
Okay. Correspondence and public comment. Individuals wishing to address the county court may do so at this time and at other times throughout the meeting. Speakers are asked to raise your hand to be recognized by the chair, give your name and address, and limit comments to 3 minutes. For those who are signing in via the Zoom, if you dialed in, it's *6 to unmute yourself, or the lower left-hand corner of the Zoom platform if you signed on through your computer. We are informal as we move through the agenda, so as we go through, if you want to comment, feel free to do so. We always welcome that. We are going to start off with an executive session, so we'll come back into regular session here shortly. For now, any public comments at this point?
Is this the time for us to
Yes.
make our pitch?
Yes.
Okay, so Todd and I are here from the health district, and we recently had, or we currently have, a vacancy. We had 2 applicants for our vacancy, and the 4-member sitting board is divided between the 2 candidates, and Todd tells us that therefore comes before the county court, and we would ask that the county court act expeditiously, because we're in the throes of hiring 2 of our perhaps most important positions, and we would like to have the benefit of a full board to do so.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Were there any other public comment at this point? If not, let's go into 2.0, which is executive session ORS 192.6602A, to consider employment of a public officer, employee, staff member, or individual agent. Review administrative assistant to the commissioner's candidate applicant interview scores and select the candidate for the position offer. I just have a quick script that I'll read while folks are shuffling around in Arlington. The Gilliam County Court will now meet an executive session pursuant to ORS 192.6602A, which allows the court to meet an executive session to consider employment of a public officer, employee, staff member, or individual agent. Representatives of the news media and designated staff will be allowed to attend the executive session. All other members of the audience are asked to vacate the room. Representatives of the news media are specifically directed not to report on or otherwise disclose any of the deliberations or anything said about these subjects during the executive session, except to state the general subject of the session as previously announced. No decision may be made in executive session. At the end of the executive session, we will return to the audience in the public virtual meeting room. And so just as an FYI for folks, we do have business on the agenda. And so once we come out of the executive session, I do anticipate the court will be making some decisions. And so stick around if you want to watch those. For those who are on the Zoom, you're going to be placed in a meeting room, so you don't need to sign back in. Just stay on your computer, and then when we will rejoin you once the executive session is over. Kelly, are you ready to move us?
Yes, so I will go ahead and open the room. It should move the 3 of you in there automatically. And when you're finished, there will be a little blue button on the bottom right corner that says Leave Room. So go ahead and click Leave Room when you're done, and that'll bring you back into the main room.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right.
Kathy.
Here we go.
So we are back in regular public session. And let's go into 3.1, which is consider approval of administrative assistant to the commissioner's candidate offer. Is there a motion? Do you want me to make the motion?
Make the motion.
That's fine with me.
That would be good.
Okay, so I would move to authorize Commissioner Wilkins to negotiate a employment letter with the candidate who received the highest points from the interview scores.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we authorize Commissioner Wilkins to negotiate an employment letter with the candidate who received the highest interview scores. Is there further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Let's move into 3.2, which is consider approval of intergovernmental agreement number 14817, expunction of juvenile records with Oregon Youth Authority. So this, just so you guys know, basically there was a recent law related to expungement of youth records. And the IGA in front of you is basically so that the state can help reimburse us for associated costs with complying with that law. And the state let us know that they need it back from us next week. So I thought I would take advantage of us meeting and see if I could get approval for the IGA. Questions about it?
I didn't have any questions. Did you, Mr. Shannon?
I do not either.
We do not.
You said the deadline was next week.
It's next week, yeah. So I would move to approve intergovernmental agreement number 14817, expunction of juvenile records with the Oregon Youth Authority.
I second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the intergovernmental agreement number 14817, expunction of juvenile records with Oregon Youth Authority. Is there further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, let's go into announcements and next meeting. Currently, the next meeting is scheduled for March 2nd here in Condon. Since we're on the subject, or it was brought up earlier, it sounds like we may need to be considering the board appointment for North Gilliam Health District. And so I wanted to see what your thoughts are on how you want to approach that. And Ellen is on as well if anybody has questions about our authority or how that needs to look.
Well, I have seen the ORS, so I understand why they're coming to us. I think we do need the time between now and our next meeting to gather the information we need to, make sure we're making the right decisions.
I agree with your comment in your response about sensitive. For that reason, I want to talk to all the EMS volunteers, all the clinic employees, all the board members, and both applicants before I'm willing to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
And
So-
I think I can do that before the next meeting, should be able to. But yeah, it is a sensitive subject, and but I think promptly, as it's in the ORS, does not mean hastily.
Yes. So to clarify how you guys are feeling, the statute allows that either the board can forward the letters of interest that they received, or the court can sort of re-advertise and ask for letters. are you guys of the opinion that we would just like the letters that were received by the health district to be forwarded to us, or would you want to advertise and ask for new letters to the court of letters of interest?
Letters.
What's that?
I would like to advertise and ask for, start the process again if it's going to be passed to the court.
Okay. Sherry, are you okay with that?
Yeah, I think that's it helps us make a more concise decision and eliminates, we start from scratch.
Okay.
Because it's come to us now and we're going to start from scratch and we're going to do the whole process in the way that it should be handled as if we were the original party. So.
Okay, I can get working on that and get it advertised. One other question or thought for you guys to see if you were interested. I kind of feel like given the history around this particular appointment, what's been going on with the district, I feel like the letters themselves sometimes are not thorough enough maybe to really get a sense of why somebody wants to be on the board. What would you guys think about inviting or having as a requirement that those who are interested actually come before the court and answer a couple of questions? And we could standardize, have the same set of maybe 3 or 4 questions, just to get a sense from each of the candidates why they're interested and what they would like to see with the health district, so that the public also has a sense of, who's interested and sort of their vision for the district.
Yeah, I believe that's what this board did, is they had their applicants speak to the board personally and let them know. So I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, important.
Okay, so what I will do is I will get a notice in the paper and around town. I will probably I'll get it in the paper first and then I'll email it up to you guys if you guys could print and distribute.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, and we'll get it on the website as well. Do you guys want to aim for the first meeting in March, or what is the time frame that you would like to
Well, I think we should put it on the agenda in March to see where we're at, and then, if we got to hold off, we'll hold off for 2 weeks.
Yeah, we want to try to get it done as soon as we can. So yeah, should be on the next agenda.
Okay. All right. I will get working on an announcement and we'll get it out ASAP.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks, isn't it? I don't know. I lose track of time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else for the good of the order?
Well, I'll be in the courthouse this afternoon and all day tomorrow. And then again on Monday, transportation has a grant and some reporting that's due. So I was there yesterday and I'll be back until we get that done. So if anybody's looking for me, that's where I are.
And I'm going to be meeting with the Gilliam County Road Department in this room tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock to let them talk to me.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Well, if there's nothing else for the good of the order, it is 10:32 and I will go ahead and adjourn the meeting.